Guys, we have just recently launched full cover tips. Whoops, my bad. This is Melissa DeLaCruz. If you don't know, you should know. Getting back to the cover tips. We love these. We've been using these for quite a while because we do a lot of Fenty shows, the Fenty fashion show, and this is what we use. And so today we're gonna get a little inspo.
Yes, for sure. We'll teach them a little art, like an inspiration of maybe like a dimensional art, because usually you see stuff just on top. So it'll be really cool to see that.
Love it. So whether you're practicing or you're selling a set or putting a set on yourself, Mel's gonna show you how to do it.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm going to show you today how to make press-ons to resell or sell, or even to your clients or online. I'm going to use the full coverage Coffin nails. I just chose the Coffin because I think they're hot. I like all of them, but let's get started. It'll be awesome. So these are the nails I chose. I did choose the Coffin. It comes in other shapes as well. It's 0 through 9 and it does come with the glue. You will need 4 stands. There's different stands out there. I mean, you'll have your favorite. So you're gonna need 4 of them because normally what I see online, I see a lot of people making a set of 10. 10 is not gonna fit every person. My clients, some have wider nails, some have really tiny nails. Everybody has different size of nails. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a set, instead of 10, I'm gonna do 16. So I used 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 2 being my thumb, all the way to 7 to my pinky. So I doubled that up. Okay, I made 2 of those. Mostly what I do is I double up a thumb size that I didn't pick. So here I picked a 1. I have a 2 here, I picked a 1. So it's a little bit bigger than the 2. So thumbs are usually kind of off. Then you either pick something like 4 or 5 is usually a very common size, because some people, all these fingers are 4 and 5, or sometimes all these are. So I have 2 4s and 2 5s extra, so that'll equal 16. So let's get started. You know what's in style now is like some glitter nails, some solid nails, maybe a dimensional or a marble, whatever you choose. There's like 3 different techniques you're doing on a nail at a time. I suggest the ones you're using glitter or embedding something or doing more art, do it on one, and then on the others, do those all on your polished ones. Again, you'll have to organize them again when you're done, but then you're not getting your neighbor full of glitter. Okay, so that's huge. So let's get started now. The first thing I'm going to do is take my 180 buffer and I'm going to buff on them. I'm going to take it off, it'll be faster. I'm just going to kind of rough it up and do a new 180. Doesn't have to be aggressive. Really, all you need to do is just take off that shine. Okay, next one. I'll do these 2 because these 2 are going to be my art nails. The rest I'll finish off camera, but I'm going to do the same thing that you're watching me do right now. Your sides are really the most important. Make sure you get your sides. And the reason being, the people who buy these are maybe doing dishes, they may be peeling price tags off something. This is just added insurance. So I don't need to swipe them, I'm just gonna dust them off. Now I'm gonna go into my protein bond. Protein bond the entire nail. You only need 1 coat on these nails, not 2. Okie dokie. So now I'm gonna use, I'll use Look Don't Touch in Go Time. I like the coverage of it. It'll work really well. So I'm gonna use it on both of them. Now you'll see I do these nails a little different than I do a client. I obviously don't polish backwards on a client. I do this a lot when I do tips because it kind of polishes easier than on a person this way. Like I tend, when I come to the cuticle and come here, it might get a well of product underneath. So going the opposite way here is a huge tip. Obviously not on a person do you do that, their cuticles are there. Another tip is not getting it like really thick because you don't want it to drip. Okay, you could always take your finger here and see if it's dripping. It's not, but if it is, that's not gonna hurt anything if you wipe it off, and then fully cure it on high for 1 minute if you're using go time, okay? Okay, so my next product I'm gonna use is I'm just gonna use Base from Synergy. The reason why I wanna use this, it's really thin and it doesn't run. So all of my embellishments will stick to the nail. I'm also gonna get my product I'm gonna use out. I'm gonna do Blueberry Minty Ice. And you have to do this with your fingers. The reason being, especially on tips, you don't wanna get it really thick. You're really not building body on top of it. I am gonna encapsulate this, but I need to do it the thinnest way possible. So you want your mylar pieces to be the flattest pieces you could find. So I'm gonna use some mint. Again, I'm probably taking out too much, but I usually always save it and put it in a little pile that is my little custom mix. Then I'm gonna get some raspberry. For some reason, this raspberry is really stuck together, so I might get a lot of raspberry out just so I could get some pieces that aren't gonna stick together. Don't quite know what happened to this mylar, but sometimes that happens. If you leave it in your car, it's really hot. I've done that with my product before. It's probably not gonna be that great or perform so great after a while. Okay, I have plenty of pieces right there. And I'm gonna add some Moody. So I'm adding 4 different embellishments. So what I'm gonna do is apply my base. So I have everything out at once. Apply my base. This I'm gonna do the same way, the opposite way. It's just easier on a tip. Again, putting pressure on it, keeping it thin. I'm not building any body right now. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is pick up little pieces. I'm gonna touch my little nail because it has some base on it. Pick up some pieces that I think I want to use. Put a little Moody's. Now I'm just gonna use my imagination through here. So this piece here, if it's not coming off, you could always use your finger. There we go. So I'm gonna kind of move it around and see if I like those colors. That looks awesome. So now I'm gonna cure this for 30 seconds. So now I'm going to encapsulate this one, but I'm not gonna encapsulate it like we would do on our fingernails. It's gonna be very thin. If you see stuff sticking up really high like that, you literally could cut it off, or I'll show you what to do with it after I cover it. So I'm gonna kind of start here so I could get it a little even. Bring it down. And now I'm gonna come here, start at the free edge, kind of work my way up. Okay, so you see how it kind of lays down? Reposition it, see how it seeped in there? I liked it, so I kept it in there. I just needed some gel to get on there to kind of smush it down for it to hold on to. So I'm gonna look at it from the side right here. Do a little bit more here. And I could bring it a little thinner through here. I'm gonna file this so it's not gonna stay this thick. Okay, definitely you're gonna run your finger here, or you could do your orange wood stick. I tend to be hands-on and always using my finger, but orange wood stick's probably more clean, not touching it so much. And I'm gonna cure this for 1 full minute. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my next nail. I'm gonna do Funk-a-Delic. I'm gonna put one more coat, a coat of Go Time. And I am going to sprinkle in my Funk-a-Delic, go up the middle, Then the sides. So I think I'm gonna leave this sugared. Thought about putting a top coat on it, but I kinda like the sugaring. Again, make sure your sides are tight. This one you're not gonna wipe so much. You're more going to tap. So you really don't wanna move your glitter. Okay, see how that looks really tight? Now I'm going to cure this for 1 full minute on high. Okay, so once it's cured, take it off, swipe it real well. Alrighty, so I'm gonna use a combination of my hand file and my electric file with this. So I'm gonna file my side, just real light because you don't wanna change the shape of this. Do you see how I had it here? And then instead of coming here like on a real person, right? You're gonna flip the nail over and you're gonna file her here. You're gonna kind of look at it and make sure it's straight, get it as straight as you can. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend everything in. The reason why I don't want to electric file too much, I'm going to go into it in a minute. I'm just kind of smoothing it out to see really where I need to add and where, take down, I should say, with my electric file. I'll show you right now. Rough this all up. Now the cool thing about these is really you're usually by yourself and you jam through them. Sometimes when you talk too much or look at your client too much while you're talking, it takes forever, right? So doing these are super fast and fun, especially now when some people aren't coming to the salons and they're still wanting to feel pretty at home or for a special occasion. They could actually rewear these nails if they use the double-side sticky tape. If they want to wear them more permanent, they could use our awesome glue, and they'll last anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks depending on their nails. So I'm going to take just my safety bit and I'm going to use it on 5,000 RPMs. I don't want it to go really fast because I really don't need it to take off a lot. So more in the prepping mode. Maybe I'll go 6. There we go. Oh yeah, 6 is perfect. Do 6. 5, I feel the need to put pressure. You're going to look down the barrel of it like you would when you do your client's nails or your nails. Make sure your tip is thin. Again, this is a custom nail, so you're going to charge extra for this as well. I literally would charge as much as I would on my client. This whole set would be as much as a client would pay. Plus they need to purchase the glue and pay for shipping and handling. I just about have it. I tend to really take my time with these when I encapsulate just to make sure I'm getting them as thin as possible without hitting what I embedded in there, what I encapsulated in there. That looks good. So now I'm going to rough it up a little more with my file, just a little, so my top coat will stick well. Now, if you do all your design on top, it's not going to take this much work, but then that's going to be a less expensive set, right? Just like in salon. Okay, look back here. I want to show you a little trick. It could be a little thick back here, so I'm going to treat it like my free edge of our nails. See how smooth that is now? Okay, I'm going to do it right here. See how perfect that looks now? So all I'm doing is just making it even on all the sides. Here. Make sure it's really squared. Okay, and here. Much different than doing a real person, right? Now your shape is totally there. Okay, let's put it back. I think I'm gonna swipe it just a little. Get all that dust off. Let's put it right back on here. Get rid of your dust. You don't want it in your top coat. So now I'm going to protein bond the entire nail. So obviously, I think what I'm going to do for the full set, because I'm doing 16, I'm probably going to do 6 of these. So I'm going to do most of my glamorous nails or my real statement fingers to fit maybe one of these 3 or my thumb. Usually you can put it on the pinky if you want, but usually if you're doing a set of 16, one of those are going to fit a set to have them kind of random. So then I'm going to go into Ultimate Finish. Again, make sure, look at it from every angle. Always go back with it like this. Remember, it's going to thin it out. If you come here and you get a well under here, it's not going to be comfortable on our nail. Wipe your sides or use your orange wood stick, whatever you prefer, but make sure that it's really tight. It requires 1, but I'm going to do a full 2 minutes so I could clean up everything and make sure it comes up to a really high shine. So I went ahead and did a few more so I could kind of show you what I mean about having extras, how you could change the look, or maybe a finger maybe a little bigger. So this could be like on one hand, your thumb all the way to your pinky, or you could do like this. So it's really cool. They could change up the look how they want, use it however they want. I kind of like more of this one on here, the sugaring. But that's me. The cool thing is they could do what they want with the nails. Now let's break this down on what this would cost. You know you could charge what you want, but you need to believe in yourself and charge for your art. You saw how long this nail took me? A lot longer than the sugaring. The sugar's really cool, but it was really fast. So for this full set, my full set price would be my set price. So this is about, I would charge $125, but if you charge anywhere from $95 to $125, that's great money for it. Each one of these nails, you could charge anywhere from $10 to $15. You choose what you want to charge, but you need to charge at least 10. Just like the full set, no less than 95. 125 is great. It could be your goal too, every year raising your prices to know, hey, this set could be 125. So raising your prices every year at the holiday season will help you get to that. You always have goals. So the full set, let's see, I'll do it off of 10. So 125, 35, 45, 55, 65. So I would do 165 to 195, and I'll tell you why. Because in my 16 sets, I'm gonna make 6 of these, okay? I'm not gonna put 6 on my client, but it's still faster on this than doing it on my client. So you choose what you wanna charge, but in between that margin that I give you is great. Remember, they could wear these over and over again if they have the double side sticky tape, which holds on runway while people dance. It's pretty amazing. If you wanna glue it on with our fabulous glue, that is wearable for about 3 to 5 weeks. I wouldn't suggest any longer than that. People with longer nail beds, they tend to be able to wear them longer, but they're gonna grow out like a artificial enhancement. That's what it is. You'll see the negative space as it grows out. So have fun with them.
Thank you so much for watching our nail videos. To watch more, head right over here. And to subscribe to our channel, click right over here.